Alright, hey guys. No, we didn't get you a video out yesterday. So wanted to send a quick one here with some indoor work, since prominently we've been working on walks, leash reactivity. And we mentioned placing. And again, place is not a punishment. It can definitely be used as an area to reset, but we want our correction to be in between when we place our dog and whatever the act of disobedience was, whatever that may be, copy and paste, whatever it is, any disobedient act, give our disruptor noise, the dog is disrupted. We, in a way, utilize place as a combination of an area to decompress and recompose, but also as an area to give him a positive following the negative marker that we used, because we always want to end on a positive note. Even if our dog is super disobedient, let's say they knock over something on the table, I don't know, pick anything, we still want to, after we correct them, we still want to go, all right, thank you for listening. And in a way, we're not like overbearing parents, but just like give our dog stops, give a good boy a yes after he disrupts. We want to, in a way, like load the negative marker by saying if you respond to it, something good happens after, right? So it's kind of like instead of saying, ooh, there's all these big consequences for your actions, we're more so saying you will be rewarded if you don't do them, rather than you will be heavily corrected if you do them, right? So we want to incentivize good behavior, instead of just wait around for bad behavior to occur and focus so much on that we're just constantly correcting our dog. Just going to build frustration for both of us. Now he's not doing anything wrong, and I have him on lead. This is my place for the dogs here. They can go on there whenever they want, but if we place them on there, they cannot leave until we say so. So that means even if they do, you need to go find them and put them back on there until you give the relinquishing word, which is free. The couches are automatically no's, but they can be on the furniture if we approve, right? So essentially it just keeps a healthy boundary between you, your guests, your kids, and your dogs, so that they don't just hop on the couch and the dog goes, great, then they hop on the couch and they're all on their face. It should be assumed in the dog's mind that the couch is off limits unless we say so. But as far as the place, that's always acceptable. The reason that I have my place up so high on this ottoman here is because I want them to feel as if they're still a part of the group when we're hanging out on our places, on our pieces of furniture. It's a little bit more difficult to get a dog to stay on a place when it's just a blanket on the ground or a flat dog bed, because that's so easy to just get up and walk off of. It's also on the same exact plane that they normally forage and travel and play on, so they're used to a lot of movement there. But when we have an elevated place, they're not so used to movement there. It's more associated with what? Other types of furniture they've been on. So they're more inclined to get into the mindset of sit, relax, hold position, as opposed to the shorter places where they're it's easier for them to roam. So he hasn't done anything wrong, but we're just going to work on basic placing. If you want to practice your placing, simple the key 3 tools we always use: get some treats, get a clicker, and get your lead. I'm not going to be sitting here holding him on the lead, but I am going to leave the lead on him so that if he breaks, I simply just replace him. So I'll place, I'll click, I'll pay. If he jumps off, negative marker, grab the lead, not the dog, replace, mark, and pay. Yeah! Place. Yeah! Good boy. Come on. Yeah! You can do it. Come on, Bubba. Place. Yes! Good boy. Good boy. Good for you, yeah. Now it's an implied stay. I don't want to give the stay command, so I'm just going to kind of watch out of the corner of my eye and see what he does and monitor his behavior. Don't be, too upset if he breaks. Just simple, neutral disruptor. Grab the lead, replace, click, and pay. Or if you don't want to pay, just click and reward. Remember, always 3 ways to reward the dog: pets, praise, and pay. So whichever one of those you think is most effective, use it. I would say if it's a scenario where you're going to be removing yourself from your dog, to avoid rewarding your dog with pets in that particular scenario, because the pets are going to engage a pack drive from your dog, and he's going to want to socialize with you more and be more inclined to follow you. My number one method, good boy, for the down. My number one method of rewarding my dog when I'm going to be removing myself from the area, the immediate area, or the extended area, would be pay. Because that takes the attention away from us the most, whereas praise, that vocal praise, puts the attention on us, and then definitely pets engages a lot of that social drive, that pack drive, so they're really going to be focused on us. I don't want them to focus on me that much. I want them to kind of hang out there and chill out. So the first time I practice the place exercise, I have the lead, I have the clicker, I have the treat. It looks just like that. Fourth paw's on, hit, pay. And then I sit in the same room and I kind of just wait. So I test. If he was, really struggling with place, I'd sit near to him first, further away. But we've done all of those baby steps. So I'm just going to sit here. I wouldn't be communicating to a camera the entire time. I would, be reading a book, watching a show, working on my computer, something like that. But I immediately start with an area where I can be on the dog as soon as they think about leaving the place. Whereas if I leave the room right away, I might not know they left the place until all 4 paws are on the ground. And then I just lose a little bit of timing there. And I lose a little bit of efficacy in terms of the application of the disruptor, because it just wasn't as close to the disobedient act as it could be. But here, if he starts thinking about leaving, and I see him get up, which he can get up, he can stand on his place, he can move around. It's not a stay command. He doesn't have to hold posture on there. But if I see him start to lean and then he gets his first paws off, I can do the disruptor, because it's vocal primarily, but add the gestures and all. I can do it from here, and then I can, so that it's got the most accurate timing, and then I can grab lead, replace, click, and ideally reward with pay. So I'll treat him. He looks comfortable on there. He's mouth open, relaxed jaw. He is staring at me a bit, but he doesn't look too obsessed with me. So for a few minutes, what I would do is try and leave the room, which I'm going to do now. Now, for the sake of boring you, that was just a few 1,000ths. But ideally, that's longer. You build up your duration to a couple minutes and so on and so forth. But he did get a little bit curious as to where I was. I'm able to watch the camera from around the corner, so he can't see me, but I can see the camera. So I saw on the camera that he stood up, and I thought that's a good time to come back in because we want to avoid him breaking place if possible.